Hello, everybody. I'm so excited to be joined by my next guest. Who, how do I describe her? We've got former NXT champion, former Intercontinental champion, former, I guess, tag team champion as well. Of course, I'm talking about Lyra Valkyria. Woo!
Hey,
How are you today?
I'm great. That was a great introduction. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. I was, there's a lot of practice to get your move proper, especially when somebody of your esteem is joining. So, I'm really excited to talk to you. We've got, of course, the WWE returning to Ontario this summer with shows in London, Toronto for Friday Night SmackDown, and here in Ottawa, in the nation's capital for Monday Night Raw. One of the wonderful things about WWE is it's nonstop. You're it's constantly go go go. How has your experience with WWE been like in terms of managing that from a schedule perspective?
Oh, it's been absolutely amazing. And like touring is my absolutely favorite thing. Like, so everyone sees kind of what happens on screen, but I've gotten to do so much that, you know, hasn't been. I just last year I got to see both coasts of Australia with the tour. Um, Wrestled in Japan, had never been to Japan. Me and Bailey faced the Kabukis, which is very cool, to wrestle them in Japan. So like I'm just more excited now at what this tour can bring. This whole summer tour. I've been to Canada a few times. One of the last times was this insane snowstorm. Um, and everyone was like, I was keep saying that everyone was so angry about the snow, like, oh, it's so inconvenient, but there was the most snow I had ever seen. So I was like, oh, so much snow, it's so cool. So yeah, just kind of seeing the whole world, and Bailey kept talking about a bike ride she went on in Canada that changed her life. So who knows? Maybe I'll go on a bike ride with Bailey. Maybe it'll snow again. I don't know.
Well, you're coming in August, so I can almost guarantee that snow will not be a factor. But
Okay.
we do look forward to rolling out the red carpet to you nonetheless. Now, there are a lot of people that are going to be coming to the show who've never seen WWE live before, and I always think it's such an incredible experience if you've never seen it. I don't think you can fully appreciate it or capture the essence of it unless you've had the opportunity of seeing it live, seeing the pyro, seeing all of the exciting things. How would you describe it to a first timer? Like, what would you say to the person who's never seen WWE live before?
They're my favorite people that come to the shows, They're always the ones you want to impress. It's the girlfriend of the guy that's into the wrestling, or someone that's just coming along with a friend. They're the most exciting people to do this for because we all remember what it's like when you see it for the first time and you go, oh my God, what is this thing? But the most exciting thing about wrestling is everyone in the same arena being on this journey of the match, and it kind of lives in the moment and then it's gone, but you never forget the feeling. So just feeling so connected to everyone around you and being on the same journey, and it's like an electric atmosphere. We feel it in the ring, we feel it in the back wherever we go. So I hope everyone gets to kind of experience that. I know what it's like to be on the other side of the guardrail. I know how exciting it is and how much fun going to a live show is. So yeah, I'm so excited, and I like love. I would love to speak to people that come and see it for the first time.
That's amazing. Now, your career has been fantastic. I mean, over the last few years, I've noted some of your accomplishments, but you're a strong fixture on the WWE landscape. You've been featured in many very interesting storylines. You're an incredible performer in the ring. Talk about your ascension in WWE because again, over the last few years, you're everywhere, right? And again, I think that you're
Yeah.
you're having and let's be abundantly clear. I think you're just getting started. I think we've just like hit the tip of the iceberg. So what do you attribute that to? Because there's some people that come into WWE like yourself and do really well, but not everybody does. But clearly you've got this blueprint mapped out. So what do you attribute that to?
Oh God, I don't know. Just pure love for it, to be honest. Like it's such a big part of who I am now. Like I don't know who I am without what I do. Like it really is just ingrained into me. Um, like I'm not just a wrestler because I'm in the WWE. Like it's just a part of me now. I can't imagine life without it. I think I'll do it until until I physically can't.
Hmm.
But I
Fair.
think that love for it is just I don't know, you can kind of tell who has it and who how special it is, and it's that kind of enjoyment of it that I really feel like has made the difference for me. Because every day I step in the ring, I'm just it's an opportunity and that I'm grateful for, no matter what way the result is, no matter where I am. And I feel like that's kind of what set me apart in a weird way.
Hmm. No, for sure. One of the things too is that you have people who are like lifelong fans and they're really into the different storylines and things of that nature. Then you have casual viewers. But one of the things that think that's bringing people together is this reality show that came out, Unreal, and it gave people kind of like this behind the scenes look of WWE, something that in years past would have been unheard of. But I really
Yeah.
appreciate it because we're in a time right now where we know what we're watching and we appreciate it, and the athleticism and everything is fantastic. Specific to you in season two of Unreal, one of the things that I really loved is that how the show captured like how incredibly personal this is to people, that a lot of times people can look at it on a Monday or Friday or what have you and just kind of walk away from it, not realizing how this is somebody's career, this is somebody's livelihood, right? And I think that the audience was able to have a very strong connection to you through that show. Um, and I wanted to ask about your experience. Like, we could all be very critical of ourselves, and I'll look back on this interview and think about half a dozen things I could have done differently. Whereas some people may very well say nice things about it. I think it's going well so far. Just saying. But when you look back at Unreal, like what are some of the thoughts that come to your head? Because again, I think it was you allowed yourself to be very vulnerable and very personal and show a different side of yourself that perhaps a lot of people might not have been familiar with. But at the same token, in doing that, I think you just earned even more fans because they appreciated your authenticity.
Oh, well, thank you. It is funny because when I do these interviews, I've kind of noticed people would be like, "Oh, you've had some lows," and I can tell they want to ask about it. But but like, it's okay, guys, we can talk about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I knew when I spoke to the camera after the SummerSlam match, um, that it would be a few months before it came out,
Mhm.
and I would have no idea how it would be received or what way it would be framed on the show or anything like that. In that term, it is very like real. How they've done that. They did just kind of show everything you just said. It is like, that was a very vulnerable moment for me. But it could have gone either way. But I was very surprised with how much people seem to connect with um that interview. And I guess it did just kind of show everything you just said, which is a good thing. So however I felt about the match, I guess the Unreal interview was a positive thing because it did show
Mhm.
people um just the struggles and the passion and how much and that's just not just me, that's everyone every week.
Mhm.
So people kind of, I guess the bad thing is that kind of people kind of look at that now because they showcased it as such a big, like, oh my god, the incident. But that's TV, that's week in week out. These are things that happen that we all experience every single week. We all have these highs and lows, and all you guys see is what is put on the show, but this is
Mhm.
what's going on all the time. That was just my experience of one PLE that went that way. But this is what we
Yeah.
go through every week. Like,
Exactly.
all of us. So it was a good insight to what like the emotions and the highs and lows that we always feel.
Yeah.
It wasn't this one big thing that just happened this one time. This is what's always happening, what we're all dealing with, what the lengths we go to put on a good show for everyone. So yeah.
No, that's fair. I mean, listen, I've always believed you learn a lot more from your quote unquote losses, if you will, than your wins. And none of us are perfect. I grew up with a stutter, so I mean, I to this day struggle with that at times. And again, I think that there are so many things that go right. And I looked at that match, and it wasn't until after watching Unreal, I'm like, oh, okay. Because to me, the match on surface looked fine, but again, I commend you for that, and I think that piece was fantastic. And in all honesty, I think that really made the second season for me. Now, when we look ahead to your character and what's going on with you in the ring, what do you envision? Like, what are some of the things we should be keeping an eye out for Lyra Valkyria in the not too distant future? Do you want to go back into singles work? Do you want to you and Bailey have like a really fun thing going? Like, where do you envision, or where would you like to see things play out for you?
Well, me and Bailey have been chasing the tag titles for like a year now. We walked into WrestleMania, we walked out unsuccessful. Um, we just got finished up wrestling Roxanne and Raquel again,
Okay.
and they had Liv interfere. So I really want to take our bit of the tag team division, to be honest. We had Rhea and Io as the champs for a good long time, two of who I would consider the top women in the company, and Bailey and I never faced them.
Okay.
So I feel like we have something very special. You know, I feel like we want our piece of the tag division and we want to win the tag team titles, but we want to take on everyone. We want more of the tag division. That's what we want next.
Wouldn't it be something if you were winning those tag team titles in one of these upcoming shows in Ontario? I don't know if it'll
Well,
line up that way, but
imagine
wouldn't that be something?
it
Um, I,
would.
I always want to be respectful of the time, so we're going to drift into a little thing I like to call rapid fire. My first question of rapid fire is always, what is your favorite movie of all time? And if you can't give me one, I will gladly accept a top three.
The Lord of the Rings, all three.
All three? Okay, absolutely love that.
Absolutely. Mhm.
Who was your wrestling idol growing up?
Um, I loved Christian and Randy Orton. That was the feud that got me into it. And then it was the Four Horsewomen of NXT as I started training.
That's amazing. What is something that people would be really surprised to know about you?
I once hula hooped for 5 hours and 52 minutes without stopping.
I love that you said 52 minutes and you throw that in there. That's
I
amazing.
was
You could have just
counting. I was
said,
short of 6 hours. It upset me.
but I love the honesty. Okay. What are you most likely to do like once you're wrapped up with media for today?
Go to the gym.
Go to the gym. I love that. I love that. Um, if there's something that one of the things I again I love is the connection, especially over the last few years with the younger female audience. If there's something that you could say to the young women out there to inspire them, what would it be?
Ooh. Bogged down with online ever or trying to be what you see online. Real life is way more important.
I love that. Thank you. And lastly, what do you want to say to the good fans of London, specifically of London, Toronto, and Ottawa, as they're going onto the Ticketmaster or the whatever website to get ready to click tickets to this? What can they expect to see from these shows?
Well, the tour is the most exciting part of life for us right now. We live for the live events, like and the big shows. I can tell you that everyone is absolutely dying to come back to Europe. Um, you know, it's so exciting for us every time we get to go overseas. And I love this kind of competition that has arose in between the European crowds. I feel like they're all trying to prove that they're the best, and the crowd is the most exciting part for us. So I want to see where we go that is the loudest.
All right. Well, hopefully, these locations in Canada can compete with these European crowds because I've heard,
Yeah.
we're the France crowd is legendary, but hopefully we can make sure that we give them some competition here in Ontario.
I hope Canada gives us a great competition.
Yeah. Lyra Valkyria, absolute pleasure speaking with you. Thank you so much for the time. Wish you continued success in your career. Absolutely, we'll all be watching, and thanks so much for everything.
Thank you so much. That was fun.